Hello, welcome to CLSB Politics. Sean Briscoe speaking. Day 4 of the Democratic National Convention. It's done. Over. This one's going to be a little different than the previous 3 because I was more of a party. But I wanted everyone to know, I'm going to approach this as more of a what needed to happen and what were some of the themes and how did we get here throughout the kind of give you an idea what the last 4 days kind of mean is in one voice. Because I think that's what really day 4 is all about. And of course, nominating Kamala, which I'm all about. So the last 4 days process, pretty straightforward. Day 1 was thank you, Biden. That's me and Biden. Look how much darker my hair was. That was a million years ago. He actually kind of looks the same, though. That's interesting. But yeah, thank you, Biden. We went through his entire catalog of issues that he's accomplished in his administration. He had an insane standing ovation. And it was well past all of our bedtimes. So I thought he did great. And yeah, it was a great night. And I really kind of set the tone for the rest of the week. Oh, the places we've been. Yep. We got pretty much everyone who's done anything significant that night. Because I think just to give a perspective of all of the, all of that we have accomplished in the last 10, 20 years as a country. It was very good. Lots of great speakers, lots of big hitters. This was the day I didn't really know if it was going to be that good or not. Turned out to be, obviously. Michelle Obama killed it. So, yeah, it was great. Day 3, of course, is hello, Mr. Vice President. It felt like a football rally. It felt like everyone was there to have a lot of fun and rejoice in the fact that we have a vice president candidate that's just about the nicest dude you could ever know. He's kind of amazing. I actually, and I've talked about this in my other show, when I was on the White Dudes for Kamala phone call, he was one of the speakers. I had not really heard him yet. But if you go back to that video, I was kind of blown away. He really, I don't know, I just immediately liked him. And the fact that Kamala picked him means I'm not the only one who had that feeling. So, yeah, I was pretty stoked. Then, of course, day 4 was hello, Madam President. So I want to say a couple things. So we had a lot of social issues on stage. They talked about everything. Gaza, you name it. She even talked about Gaza. It's what people were talking about, because I think we're all on the same page. I think we're just all trying to figure out how we're going to get it done without blowing up the Middle East in the process. So I do have a video I've been working on for a while about what the economics of all the weapons and support look like in the context to the whole Middle East. And I'm wary about putting that one out, but it's not taking a side. It's really just, this is what's happening. This is where the economics are, and this is the history of those economics. Now, good or bad, this is what's happening. And I think if we all started from that position, maybe, and I think a lot of what happened on day 4 was about kind of historical context, understanding how big of a deal this is, understanding that more change is happening now than happened in 08. And don't forget Project 2025 is out there. So one of the more interesting things on a day 4, you never hear about the Republicans except in the negative. And here we got Adam Gizer. He got up there and said some great stuff. I've never actually heard a Republican publicly lay into a former Republican president quite like he did. It was remarkable. So yeah, I was very impressed with his speech. Definitely worth going and looking at. He He did not mess around. We get it. Pennsylvania's important. Bob Casey's up there. He did about as good job as he always does. I don't know if you've watched him much. I've had the opportunity to watch him quite a bit. Pennsylvania is very important, guys, and we got to win that state. All right. Good job, everybody. And then this killed me. I'm a huge Elizabeth Warren fan. I'm a little bit to the left of her, but you know. And I will tell you, she earned that standing ovation. It was like 4 minutes, 15 seconds, something like that. It was ridiculous and awesome. And she earned every minute of it, and you made her cry. That's a picture of her crying. That's how moved she was. And this woman is a straight up, hardcore, 100%, 24/7, not messing around. And then she got up there and cried right in front of everybody because she was so completely overwhelmed. And honestly, it's the first time I've ever seen this woman moved in any direction she wasn't moving herself, if you know what I mean. So amazing. And she deserves 100% of it. Got to put a shout out to my friend Colin Allred. He's running for senator in Texas. You're asking if you want to give some money. I know he's got huge turf to cover. He's got an enormous program to manage. He's in the most expensive state to run a race in as a Democrat. You can use all the love you can give him, please. He's great. He knows his stuff. He's 100%. He really is a nice guy. And I met him back in 2012, and he's a moderate Democrat, so don't go crazy. You know, I've yet to meet a Democrat I agreed with 100%. So I'm sure there's some stuff that may not be super, super lefty. He's no Elizabeth Warren, but he'd be perfect for Texas. So that's my Colin Allred shout out. We have astronauts. They don't. Just point that out there. Our candidates are just infinitely cooler than anything the GOP's got rolling. Kelly was honestly probably tied with my first pick for VP, but then he would lose every time simply because we need him in the Senate. And I honestly think at the end of the day, that was the math. It's a swing state he's in. He's got that seat for another 4 years. You know, it was definitely part of the math, and he killed it. Loved his speech, and the one before this with his wife, she's awesome and amazing, and it's her worst day is my worst nightmare working on campaigns. So I got nothing but love for her. Another one that I think she could run for president in a few years. I wouldn't surprise me one bit if 8 years from now we're looking at her. She's 100%. She wins in states that aren't easy to win in, and she knows the blue wall up north, and she knows it well. So also her speech is 100%. Go on YouTube, watch it. I'm not going to repeat what they've said in verbatim because you can just Google. It's on YouTube. So this was all about looking into the future. This is all about what needs to be happening now, and looking. And the only time she ever looked back was to point at Project 2025 and that it's coming. Perfect speech, beautiful. Could not have done it better. I really think she hit it out of the park. She had all the notes. She had that crowd. I haven't seen a crowd like that since 08. I'll 100%. I haven't seen anything like that since 08. So the fact that, we've got about 70 plus days left in this cycle, it's going to be, and I believe, I forget which state it is. There's a state that starts voting like September 16th. So in a few weeks, the election, people are voting. So that's kind of interesting. Say thank you for watching. check your voter status. Make sure you guys are 100%. It's going to take every vote. Wherever, I don't care what state you're in. I'm telling my friends here in Texas I vote Democrat like constantly. I'm like, guys, if you're going to pick a cycle to vote in, this is the one. So yeah, I'm telling everybody. And I'm telling all of you. Check your voter status. Like and subscribe. Please share this with anyone you think would be interested in any of my videos. I've noticed that some people have been going back in my catalog and looking at some of my older stuff. I love that. I did just post a bunch of stuff on the Facebook group, so go check. I mean, or you can just go to my YouTube. It's the same thing. If you wish to support this channel, my PayPal is CLSB Politics. It's for the show. I'm going to be on Linda G this weekend. Also, big shout out to Linda. She's killing it, and probably my best supporter on YouTube. So love her to death. Okay, everybody. Tomorrow is going to be a whole lot of polling, and then the next day is probably going to be something else more issue based. So, all right, I'll talk to everyone later.